system monitored by ADT. Call 1-866-669-8954. $99 installation charge, 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 per month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your own license numbers. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954.
Everybody's talking at me.
Jeff Wilder here. I want to go to my guest right now, Edwin Moore. He's staff writer for CNSnews.com. Hi, Edwin. How are you?
Good. A pleasure to be on.
You filed this story. 8 out of 15 experts consulted by the Obama administration on offshore drilling were not informed of that moratorium, and now they say they oppose it. And then right after you filed the story, here comes along U.S. District Judge Martin Feldman, and he's lifted the moratorium. And, of course, I guess Obama says he's going to fight it. Is that the way it stands right now?
Yeah, that's the way it stands. Apparently with the Department of Interior, which is the arm of the government in charge of issuing this moratorium, they're going to try and develop a different moratorium. It's still uncertain as to how they're going to pass the scrutiny that the previous one failed to pass, and therefore was shut down by the judge yesterday.
Well, you know, Edwin, he had the commission, okay, on offshore drilling, and that was his little commission he had, okay. Now he's got this other commission that has those 7 members on it, and all 7 members just happen to be against drilling. Maybe he'll get together with them, and of course they would all recommend, you know, hey, get all the rigs out of there. So then he'll use their advice, even though they're not experts on drilling at all, and try to come up with it again. Or maybe there's a loophole, I don't know. But the interesting thing in this whole story is that here these 15 experts get together, they have a meeting, and nobody said, yes, we're all for the moratorium, let's stop drilling. But after they left, he added it onto the report after the meeting was all over. Now, have I got that right?
That's correct. What happened is the document that these experts were asked to review did not include a 6-month moratorium on existing wells, and the moratorium on the current wells and the ones that are currently operating, that wasn't part of the document that they peer-reviewed. And that moratorium on those wells was added after they reviewed the document.
You think, did he just say, hey, I think I'll add this? I mean, how do you, you know what I'm saying?
He took responsibility. When he was pressed by Senator Landrieu from Louisiana about this issue, he said that it was his decision by the direction of President Obama to include the 6-month moratorium on the existing oil wells.
And so then I guess 8 out of these 15, they're a little upset because they're saying, you know, it's sort of like, this is my resume, this is my credential, this is what I stand on, and this is nothing that I supported. So it makes it look like I support it because, you know, because it's on there.
Yeah, and the Department of Interior is claiming that it was unintentional, that they did not mean to make it seem as if everyone was on board with the moratorium. That was their explanation as to why it was changed at the last
So what's the Interior Secretary, Ken Salazar, do you know what he's saying about all this right now?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, he's proposing, in regards to the issue right now of the moratorium being slammed down by the judge, he's proposing to have a different moratorium. But in regards to this issue about the experts not being on board, all he said was that it wasn't his intention to make it seem as if they agreed with the moratorium.
You know, and like it has been brought up, you know, and I can't remember if it's in your story because I got so many of these. Hang on 1/2 second. No, it was another story I got. Let me just throw this at you here. This story more or less said it was, pardon me, it was like an overreaction, this whole thing. They said, even after the catastrophic events of September 11th, the government only shut down the airlines for 3 days. They didn't say we're going to have a, 6-month moratorium on all airlines, so they're thinking this was like a overreaction, Edwin.
That's right, and a lot of the people that are opposed to the moratorium are saying this, and even the experts that I quoted in my report are saying that the moratorium would do nothing to improve safety, and it would in fact affect the economy of the Gulf states.
Oh, yeah, and we'll get into that too here, talk a little bit about the economy in a moment. Edwin Moore, he's staff writer for CNSnews.com. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Homeowners, how would you like to receive a $1,500 tax credit and save